Hi, are you familiar with the term psychotherapy? This is very important whenever we talk about mental health. How are you doing? Are you okay? If you have problems, we can talk to you. Feel free to share in the comment section below. I am asking because our topic for today is psychotherapy. Do you want to know about this? Just bear with me until the end. Modern society offers three basic ways to deal with mental problems: psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and psychiatric medication. Each has advantages and disadvantages of its own. Medication can be useful when the mind is so gripped by dread, worry, or despair that it is impossible to think clearly during a crisis. When taken properly, drugs alter our brain chemistry without our conscious involvement in a way that allows us to survive the next day and the one after that. Even if we become extremely sleepy, restless, or somewhat disoriented during the process, at least we are still alive and, for the most part, functional. Then there is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which psychologists and psychiatrists typically give in sessions lasting 6 to 10 hours. CBT teaches us strategies for debating rationally with, and hopefully someday controlling, the ghastly certainties raised by our internal persecutors: paranoia, low self-esteem, shame, and panic. The last one is psychotherapy. Psychologists use psychotherapy to assist people of all ages in leading happier, healthier, and more fruitful lives. In psychotherapy, psychologists use techniques that have been approved by science to assist clients in creating better, more productive routines. People can work through their issues using various psychotherapy techniques, such as cognitive behavioral, interpersonal, and other forms of talk therapy. An individual and a psychologist work together to treat patients in psychotherapy. It's based on dialogue and offers a safe space where you can speak honestly with someone who is impartial, unbiased, and non-judgmental. Together, you and your psychologist will try to pinpoint and alter the thinking and behavior patterns that are preventing you from feeling your best. By the time you're finished, you'll not only have resolved the issues that initially drew you in, but you also have picked up some new techniques that will help you deal with problems as they arise. One cannot just rely on chemistry to do the work. It involves prolonged emotional effort and active patient participation. However, psychotherapy is a very useful option that, rather than by chance or magic, effectively reduces pain for three well-established causes. Number 1, our repressed emotions become conscious. Psychotherapy's founding principle is that we become mentally ill, experience breakdowns, or acquire phobias when we are not adequately aware of the challenges we have faced. We have all faced experiences in the past that were so upsetting or saddening that they overwhelmed our ability to think clearly and had to be forced out of our daily awareness. For instance, we cannot recall the true nature of our relationship with our parents, to observe the actions we take whenever someone tries to get close to us, or identify the causes of our self-destructive behavior or sex-related anxiety. We are victims of our unconscious and cannot understand our desires or fears. Because we cannot understand what is causing our discomfort in the first place, we cannot be cured through simple rational dialogue, as advocates of CBT tacitly suggest. Therapy is a powerful tool for profoundly reversing our self-ignorance. It gives us a safe area where we can express whatever thoughts are on our mind. The therapist won't be shocked, bored, or disgusted. They had already witnessed everything. We can feel accepted and have our secrets sympathetically revealed in their presence. Important thoughts and emotions emerge from the unconscious as a result and are healed through exposure, interpretation, and contextualization. We cry over experiences that we had no idea we had gone through or felt so deeply about before the session. In a broad daylight, the spirits of the past are confronted to put to rest. Number 2, transference. Transference is a technical term that defines how a patient will begin to act toward the therapist in ways that mirror characteristics of their most significant and painful previous relationships as therapy progresses. For instance, a patient who has experienced parental punishment may grow to believe that their therapist must think they are disgusting or dull. Another example is a patient who, as a child, felt obligated to maintain a light-hearted attitude whenever severely depressing subjects were brought up. We transfer like this frequently outside of therapy, but there, what we're doing is not acknowledged or appropriately addressed. On the other hand, therapy is a carefully monitored experiment that teaches us to be aware of our actions, recognize the source of our impulses, and then modify our behavior in more desirable ways. The therapist might gently ask the patient why they are so certain they must be repulsive, or they might help them see that their sarcastic jokes are a front for their fear and unhappiness. The patient begins to see the historical distortions in their expectations and develops less self-defeating strategies for relating to others in the future. Number 3, the first good relationship. Many of us have been seriously harmed by the effects of previous poor relationships. When we were helpless and small, we did not have the luxury of encountering trustworthy individuals who listened to us, set the appropriate boundaries, and made us feel worthwhile and genuine. When things go well, though, the therapist is seen as the first genuinely dependable and supportive person we have yet to meet. They grow into the kind of parents we desperately need. In their presence, we can go back in time to periods of growth that went wrong and revisit them with a successful conclusion. Now that we can communicate our needs and devastation in their presence, years of suffering will be undone. The paradigm for partnerships outside of therapy is one successful relationship. Our own inner monologue incorporates the therapist's calm, wise voice. Constant, repetitive exposure to reason and kindness heals us. Psychotherapy won't work for everyone. One needs to be in the appropriate frame of mind, find a skilled therapist, and be able to give the procedure the time and attention it deserves. However, psychotherapy also has the potential to be the best thing we ever do if everything goes according to plan. If you need help with your mental health, there are a lot of trained psychologists throughout the world. Don't worry, they won't judge you or condemn you. They will just help with whatever you are experiencing right now. What do you think about this topic? Do you agree with us too? Can you observe these signs with the one you are dating right now? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.